Okay, so we're back online. I am using my mobile phone connection now. So this could be a little bit rough in places. It won't necessarily be quite as stable in terms of the image quality, but it should be a lot more stable in terms of it won't just disappear on us completely. Frustrating. I haven't been able to get online to do much streaming because the internet connection at the moment is pretty terrible. Let's unlock all doors on the left side. And I just hope that my phone is up to the task. So if I lock them, let's open the doors. There we go. Oh, that was it. So, climb down to complete this duty. Nice and simple, this one. There we go. So, we got there in the end. Let's try a proper scenario. JBSBT, how you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. So let's go and take another look at the scenarios and pick a different one. As I say, hopefully this little experiment of using my phone connection to do the stream will actually prove to be a little bit more successful than my rubbish internet connection. So, let's do a passenger one. We've got Storm Trail, Returning Empty, Freight Exchange, Heavy Metal. Let's go with Storm Trail. I like the look of this one. Keep the vital local train service running amid a worsening autumn storm. Well, this could be interesting. Sounds like a fun scenario to get our heads around. I hope I have a good data plan. Yes, I have unlimited data. All your internets belong to us. Storm Trail. Okay, so welcome to Hagen HBF. You'll be running an all-stop service to Siegen this evening. Climb aboard and get the train running. It's a little bit laggy, this game, I've noticed, with this DLC. It's very detailed. So that might be it. That might be why. Just might need a little bit of an optimization tweak. Alright, so notice my pan speed is really slow. Brake key to on. Okay. Signal and coach lights and headlights reduced. Coach lights on. Reverser to forwards. Signal lights to headlights. I'm guessing we want to open the doors. Yep, we're loading passengers. Hi Brandon, welcome to the chat. Really looking forward to getting this one out and about. We've got a train coming in on the same line, look. Yeah, it's a bit juddery on the old frame rate, isn't it? It is very detailed in here, though. Not more than we've seen on some of the previous services. So there is a lot of heavy detail that is going to slow the frame rate down a little bit. Passengers are loaded. Wait to 1903. Let's lock the doors. I'm wondering if it's the storm effects that are slowing things down a bit as well. Kind of a weird sort of shimmer around some of these objects out here. Depart when ready. Okay, let's get some throttle going. So throttle at 15%. We are moving. First time this time. And let's take a look at the externals. There's our service. I love this station. This station's awesome. I love that we've got split level coaches. That's so cool. I'm so easily impressed. I almost feel like I'm driving a bus. Let's get a little bit more speed. Throttle up to 50%. Oh, wow, look at this maze of wiring above us. Oops, killed the throttle. We're about to hit a 25 mile an hour zone. It's really hard to see, it's so foggy. It's only going to get worse, apparently, because of this storm. How many lines there are going into the station as well. This is a big yard. Right, just got to wait for our rear coaches to clear, and now we can accelerate up again. Let's go to 75% throttle. There we go. Another train moving. I've noticed already a lot of rail traffic moving on this particular service, on this DLC. A lot more than we've seen on anything else. Again, you can just see how bad the visibility is. Just take a wide zoom, and look how many the number of lines are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's some sidings there. We're starting to narrow down, look. All these other lines are starting to merge in. There's so many different lines just running into the station. And even here, look, we've got 3, 4 here. And another 4, 5 there. 2 there, 2 there. 1 here. And then we've got these 2 and these 2. And we've still got loads of lines. Look how many lines there are. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Oh, these are sidings. Even so. That's a massive, massive yard. We're not gaining any traction. Maybe the throttle's too high. Why are we not going any faster? Why are the brakes on? That's off. That's running. Try applying a bit more throttle. There we go. The amps are going up again. I'm going to get some more speed now. I need my wipers on. I saw a wiper control somewhere. Cab and time tail lights. Yeah. High beams. No. Sander. Where was my wipers? I use the keyboard. You've got a keyboard shortcut in front of us. It's interval. Let's get them on lasting. There we go. Well, so far, I'm very impressed. Bottom right by the emergency stop. Ah, yes, there we go. Thank you. I'm impressed with this so far. This is a really nice route. It's miserable as anything with this storm, but I'm liking this. Let's go back to an external view. Oh, it's smacked in the face by a pylon. That's gotta hurt. Hey KJ Wiggums, how you doing? Duck down, I don't want to get smacked in the face again. There we go. Another passenger service running past us there. How many coaches are we running? One, two, just two coaches and then the other engine at the back. Plus ours, so technically three. Can't see a damn thing out here, it's so foggy. Let's go back to the camp. There we go. So we've still got to go 6.3 miles. So you've actually got your copy. I know you said you were going to get one. I see you've actually picked it up now. It's a fun game, isn't it, City Skylines? Takes a bit of getting used to when you first get going with it, but I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I actually recorded a few episodes earlier today. I've got to get those edited later and get them prepped for an upload. Did a little bit of construction sim as well before this as well. So I've been busy recording a fair bit today. I'm really liking the visuals of this DLC so far, though. More traffic as well. I'm really... It's nice and loud as it went past. I'm really liking how much traffic is on the lines as well. More than we've seen with any other service so far, I think. And I'm really feeling the banked curves a lot more on this as well than I have done on previous services, like on the Great Western Pack, for example. I'm really feeling those banked curves a lot more in this. We are losing speed a little bit. Let's get a little bit of throttle on. Let's try and push that back up towards 80. We are not going to make our scheduled stop. Not at all. We are just over 2.5 minutes away from where we need to be, and we're still 4 miles out. It's because we ran so slow at the start. Push the throttle up. Ease that back now. There we go. Jean-Luc says the new City Skylines Industry DLC on PC looks very interesting. Yes, I've seen a quick look at that, and just a very quick look. And I'm excited for the potential of that coming to console, just simply because you get to really set up big, massive, proper farms, which is something I've wanted to do for ages, but it's really hard to get proper-looking farms on City Skylines. You have to really kind of fudge things together and do a lot of deleting of stuff and place a lot of custom things in just to try and get the illusion of a proper farm. Those, you actually get these huge, great big, massive tiled placeables that become giant farms. That's the sort of thing I want. Plus all these other industries as well. They'll have like super industries. But it's going to be a long time before that makes its way to consoles. I mean, I think Paradox are taking a break from working on the console edition for a little while. I'm still waiting for the DLC for Surviving Mars. There's supposed to be 2 big DLCs for Surviving Mars, and neither of those have dropped yet. And that game came out in March, so we should see something for that soon, because they put a season pass out, but we still haven't seen anything DLC wise apart from like the little boosty bits that they've put in. So like the 2 big expansions that are supposed to be coming, neither of those have dropped yet. So I think they might be spending some time away from City Skylines to focus on that, and then come back and then the next DLCs, if we're going to follow the Skylines route, would be Park Life and then Green Cities, and then we'd be looking at I think the new another one in between, and then Industries. I think so. There's like another 3, maybe 4. So we might get a Season Pass 2 to cover the new DLCs, at some point next year. But I don't think we'll get any more Skylines DLC this year. Well, I'm pretty much guaranteed we're not going to get it this year. Do I like the West Somerset route? I do. Yes, it's fun, but it's slow paced. This is a lot more hands-on. We're going way too fast. Can we stop in time? I didn't think we were going to stand a chance of making this station on time, and we're not far off, look. We're almost there. We might actually make this on time. There we go. Well, we were just a few seconds shy. That's not too bad. Let's get the doors unlocked. Car Mechanic Simulator coming to consoles 2019. I haven't seen that yet, so I'll have to look out for that. I know Bus Simulator's coming next year. I've had a little chat with Astragon, and they've said it will be coming out next year, but no word on the actual date yet, or even the period. What's P? That looks to be the best one we can get then. Lasting. The rain's coming down a lot heavier now. Let's ease the brakes down. Get ready to lock the doors. Yeah, to go back to AB's songs question, yeah, I really did like the West Somerset Railway pack, but it was, very slow paced. It would have been nice to have been able to get a speed higher than 25 miles an hour somewhere on the route. I understand, the speeds are very low because it is a heritage line, and so they've got to keep speeds low to keep everything protected. But yeah, very slow, very tranquil. This is like a proper service, and so far, I'm really, really enjoying this more than I did with the West Somerset pack, and I enjoyed that. It's very picturesque, very lovely to just drive along that, very serene and relaxing. But this is a bit more my cup of tea, I think. What English route do I think is coming next on Train Sim World? I don't know if the next one's going to be an English one. I'm not sure what other DLCs are lined up for Train Sim World yet. I knew about these two coming out on the PC version, and I figured that they would come to console. Didn't think they'd come out this quickly. Beyond that, I don't know. I'll have to get in touch with Dovetail and see if they can give me some hints as to what might be coming up next in the future. And if I find anything out, I'll post it on my Facebook page. Right, we are off and running. Let's get some more throttle going. Let's go back to an external view again. Still really hard to see anything. Just about see this whole cacophony of lights in front of us. I like this though. Oh, we're going too fast. Ease the throttle off. We're about to hit a 62 zone, so I'll just stay at this speed. We went downhill gradient as well, just a fraction of gradient, yeah. Am I on the Pro? This runs horrible on the base model. Yes, I am on a Pro, and I did notice at the station when we first got into this train that there was a little bit of frame juddering, a little bit of a frame rate stutter. So I did wonder whether this would perhaps struggle on a normal PS4. I did say it looked as though it needed a little bit of optimising. What's it like though when you get out into the open, away from the station? Is it still a bit rough? I would imagine that the weather physics probably don't help performance. But this is running really smoothly now that we're well away from the station. You get the odd little bit of stutter here and there, but it's generally pretty good. Oh, you're talking about the game in general. I haven't had any real issues with the game in general, apart from the odd graphical glitch that I discovered. But yeah, the game ran smoothly enough on the again on the Pro. So. Ooh, that's a station. Let's start slowing down. That one snuck up on me. Suddenly noticed 500 yards out I shouldn't be accelerating anymore. We just about made that one on time. So I can see the doors opening. So the steps slide out automatically as well. Let's keep an eye on this door. Reports have been received of a worsening storm. Maintenance crews are out on the line in case of any disasters. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Interesting. So let's get ready to lock our doors again. I want to see as well, I want to keep an eye out when we get to the next station, see if I can actually see somebody going up the stairs to the upstairs level. That'd be kind of cool. And there we go, lock the doors. Brakes are released. Awesome stuff. Off we go. This is the first time I've played this with my headphones on to try and hear the game noises a little bit smoother and clearer. Normally when I'm doing this I have my TV on, TV volume on, and I just listen to it, you know, at a low level so it doesn't come through on as feedback on the microphone. But I've actually got my headphones on and hearing it direct in my ears through my very nice headset, and it sounds great. And here again, you can see the roll of the train on those banked curves there. See it straighten out as we come off there. We'll tilt forward a bit more as the curve tightens. That's a really nice visual feature there. You can see it banked a little bit steeper. Ooh, getting smacked in the face by obstacles. But there's a good indicator of the banking. So we've got to go 4 miles and we need to be there in 5 minutes. And there you can see the coach levelling out. Let's throttle down to 13%. See how that does. Let's pop over to the other side. There again, you can see the leaning, not quite so pronounced on this side, but when we come off the curve you can see it straightening up again. We're still gaining speed. Right, let's go to throttle off. We're on a slight uphill gradient, so we should bleed that speed off pretty quickly. Very nice. Let's get some minimum throttle. Oh, look at the roll. That's awesome. Like I said, these are the most noticeable banks that I've seen so far. Are we holding our speed? Yeah, kind of. Now losing a little bit. Let's just push the speed up a little bit more. Oh, a slow down section here. What is the speed here? 40, 50. Speed's at 50, so we need to bleed that speed off. Still on that very faint uphill gradient. go. Now we'll have to bleed a bit more speed off again in just over 1.5 miles. Let's jump back in the cab. Let's see, what other light switches do I have in here? I know about my instrumentation lights. Where's my cab lights? And I'll put my headlights on a bit more. Go bright. It's starting to get quite dark. I might just hold speed around here. We're creeping up ever so slowly, but as you can see, in just a few hundred yards we've got to drop to 43 anyway, so let's just turn the throttle off and coast. I like this, but it'd be nice to see this route outside of dark cloudy skies, see what it looks like with some sunlight. Knocked my mic there, sorry if you got a strange noise. So I think what we might do when this service is finished is go into timetables, just go into normal free roam and select some favourable weather conditions so we can see it running at daytime. Clear skies, the train running through. Oh, that's a busy one. Because this looks beautiful, but we can't really see much. So I'd like to see a little bit more of the surroundings other than just fog. And I know it's because of the scenario that we're playing. Another tunnel, another station just a few hundred yards down the line. Need to be there about now, so we're keeping on time, which is impressive. We are keeping to our timetable. Use the throttle off, get ready to start slowing down. You watch me misjudge my braking again. That'll do. Let's get the doors open. I'm not seeing anybody using the stairs. That's disappointing. We have got some people on the upper cars. Not many. No one in this one. But there is one bloke up here somewhere. Where is he? Oh, there we go. There's someone as well. It says 2 people. Stuck on the roof somehow. Yeah, I lost sight of the bloke, never mind. Let's get the doors closed. There we go. Starting to pull away. Increase the throttle. So next stop, 1940. So we've got 7 minutes to do 4.8 miles. We should do this reasonably comfortably. Depends on the speed on the line. It's a bit lower this time, around 50 at the moment. Much steeper uphill gradient this time, 0.8% as opposed to 0.3 as we had before the station. So we'll need a little bit more throttle to keep us on an even keel speed-wise. A long banked corner. So let's have some questions from you guys then. Anyone got any questions that you want to ask about any of the games that I play, anything I might be playing in future? Pop them in the chat and I'll answer them as we get to them. See if we can get a clearer look at our surroundings, or is it just fog? It looks like a wonderful kind of valley. Well, there's a river next to us there. Just make out a river through the fog, through the clouds. Yeah, I really want to see this in the daytime with clear weather. This is going to look absolutely beautiful, I'm sure. Very picturesque. Really hard to see any kind of detail outside of the immediate vicinity because of this cloud. That's just always the way it is. When they put the clouds in this, they make it really hard to see anything. Proper foggy weather. Oh, we've levelled out. We're on flat ground. Let's take the speed off and coast. Two and a half miles to go and 3 minutes. We can do that. new speed zone coming up where we get to go a little bit faster as well, so let's start cranking the throttle a little bit. Especially because we've got an uphill gradient again, 0.2% at the moment. Now we're getting a slow down caution up ahead of us as we approach the station. We have a timetable to keep to, so we'll keep the speed going as best we can, as long as we can. I know the image is a little fuzzy in places, not quite as sharp as it could be. It's because of two reasons. One, I'm streaming at a default of 720 to try and reduce bandwidth a little bit, and two, I'm using my mobile phone internet connection because my home connection is just not strong enough at the moment. But in 1080p on the PS4, this thing looks sharp as anything. Really, really sharp. Beautiful, in fact. To slow down for the speed change. There we go. Station coming up. The red light. It can't be the end of the service already. It's got to be at least another couple of stations to run, I would have thought. People waiting on the platform, are they actually going to get on though? That's the question. Communication has been received. There is some debris on the line ahead caused by the storm. Try and maintain the service, you'll be routed along the wrong line ahead. Be aware I am restricted to 70 kilometers an hour. So that's what, 46 miles an hour, I think? We're not seeing anyone getting on or off. This guy might be. He might be thinking about getting on the train. He looks very wet, doesn't he? Is he getting on? Or is he just walking down the platform to stretch his legs? He's not getting on. I was hoping we'd see someone get on the train and go up the stairs. No, they're just walking on the platform. Alright, we're locked. So, we're taking our diverted route. wonder what the debris on the line is. Whatever, it's just some fallen rocks or tree or whatever it's going to be. I wonder if we'll actually see it. Pecky has a new username. How you doing, Martin? I was wondering whether you were going to pop in tonight. Let's throttle up a bit more. Right. I looked away for a split second and we're right up against a against the wall. I don't know if I can actually move. Yeah, there we go. We've been released from the wall. Yes, this is a new DLC, Pecky. This is the Ruhr Sieg Nord DLC that came out on Tuesday. It's a bit pricey. It's more expensive than the West Somerset Rail. This is £25 UK, I think €25 and $30 US. But so far, very impressed with it. I mean, the visibility on this at the moment is terrible because of this bad weather in this particular scenario. So I haven't seen how pretty this looks in clear skies. I'm hoping it's going to look absolutely stunning. It should do. JKD Gamers in the chat. How are you? I am doing very well, thank you. But, you know, the little bits of detail I've been able to see through this bad weather do look great. So, yeah, I'm really hoping that when we get some clear weather, this thing's going to look amazing. The West Somerset Rail DLC was very, very pretty. Very, very slow-paced, and perhaps for what it was, a little too expensive. I think it would have been a more comfortable purchase at £15 than 20. This one at 25, again, it's pricey, but there's more to it. There's a lot more to it than we had with West Somerset, and I think this one, in terms of value for money comparison against the previous one, this is better value for money. Whether it's good value for money is an objective, kind of subjective kind of thing. Depends just how much you like the game and how desperate you are for new routes. But the there we go. That's the obstruction, perhaps. That was the diversion. Yeah. So a train had broken down on the line, and we had to overtake it. So we're a mile out from our next station. But yeah, this is better value in comparison against West Somerset, because there's just more involved. It's a much longer route. You can go at speeds of more than 25 miles an hour. Some really nice services, a mixture of freight and passenger. Yeah, I think generally this is a better purchase than West Somerset. Even though I really enjoyed West Somerset, this is a better pack, I think. It's just a little bit more expensive. As I've said many times before, this is not a cheap game. Alright, take it easy, Martin. Start to slow down. make sure we stop. Don't get through the red lights. Don't get through the red lights. Oh. Just stopped. Storm continues to be problematic. More reports are coming in of debris on the line. Oh, if we'd gone through that red light, that would have been a fail. See how close we were. Oh, you can't get any closer than that. Yeah, that would have been disastrous if we'd gone through those red lights. That would have been absolutely disastrous. Right, I missed the actual text for the second part of this. I'm going to watch it on the replay on my laptop. For passenger safety, we will be terminating at the next station. We'll be routed onto platform 3. Okay, so we're going to need to request to pass signal danger. Denied. No route available. Alright, so it's going to have to sit here and wait, I think, until the line frees up. Let's just go to free camera. Whiz on through. Oh, we've got a green light. Alright, I might have stalled the train because I slapped the emergency brake on. Oh no, the engine is running. Okay, that's good. I was slightly worried that I had broken the train for a second then. Yep, there we go. Picking up speed again. So that'll appear in just a moment. Welcome back, Brendan. We should see the train start to approach pretty soon. Could go back, but it's going to sit here, I think. I can hear something. Is that our train or is that another train? Oh, it's another train. That's not us. There's us, just coming into shot there, look. Oh, we're going a bit fast. Right, internal engineer seat. There we go. We've got a 25 mile an hour zone coming down. So let's put on brake A, brake B. Starting to bleed that off a bit. Am I playing on the Pro? Yes, I am. What game would I recommend for PS4? You're going to need to give me a little bit more than that, Brendan. You know, in terms of games, there are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of games. You need to narrow it down a little bit. You know, what type of game are you thinking of? Oh no! I failed! I went through a red light. That was the end of the scenario. I failed at the very last step. Oh, I'm gutted by that. Alright, well, rather than replay the whole scenario, let's take a look at what it looks like in the daytime. Let's go on to... Can't believe I went through a red light like that. Ugh. Let's go into services. We've got a choice of 3 locos. I'm going to go with this one again. This is the one that we've just been driving. Do either of these have different liveries? No. Didn't think they would. So we'll take this one on and let's choose Summer Clear. Hopefully we'll get some really nice weather. And let's just do a shortish route. That'll do. Trucking games. Oh, there aren't any. So that's a really simple question. There aren't any. Not at the moment. There is Truck Sim coming out, or Truck Driver coming out, supposedly coming out this year. But I don't know exactly when. There's still no release date. It's by Tedesco, so they probably won't announce it until it's there. Actually given a release date until right before it drops, and we probably won't see any proper footage until right before it drops. There's been some beta footage from Gamescom, but it's a little low on details at the moment. I would like to see some more. I need to put the reverser into forwards. Just turn the throttle off for a second to make sure the brakes are good. Yeah. Oh, do I need to put the pantograph on? Come on. Give me some power. Train even switched on. Sounds like it's running. Signal lights are set. Put the brake into full service. Now release it. I don't think I've got any brake pressure. Reverse into forwards. Let's try some throttle. Oh, come on, don't do this to me again. Reverses in forwards. Brakes are good. Come on, give me something. Ah, didn't turn the brake key on. Brakes in full service. There we go. Reverses forward now. Can we get going? Yes, there we go. Now we're moving. Right, finally, we're underway. We've got less than 2 minutes to do 2 miles, so I think we're going to be late. Right, well, I'm almost certain we're going to be late. So, wow, what a difference the scenario makes. Look how bright and beautiful this is. This looks great. Oh, that looks awesome. So much more vibrant now that we're out of the bad weather scenario. Oh, we're going too fast. Naughty, naughty. Just bleed a little bit of the speed off. Well, what game from my library would I recommend? I have a very, very varied library. I've got all sorts of different types of games. I mean, if you're looking for a simulation, then, you know, Farm Sim's a great one. If you're looking for a builder, City Skylines is good. Surviving Mars is a great game. If you're looking for a cheap builder, you know, something like Prison Architect is a fun little game. You know, I've got all sorts of different types of games. Again, you know, don't just say what game do you really, really like your entire collection, because I've got over 180 games in my library, including all the free stuff that I've got from PlayStation Plus. I don't play a lot of them, but you know, some interesting ones like that. You know, hey there, GTR boy, welcome to the chat. What about delivery games or just driving games? I used to play a lot of driving games. I don't play them so much anymore. I've kind of drifted almost fully into just simulations over the last sort of 6 to 12 months. There's not very much outside of that genre that I tend to play anymore. But you know, I have got GT Sport. That's pretty good. You know, I put that on every now and again. F1 2017 was a lot of fun. Haven't played the new one. I might pick a copy of that up when it's on sale. This just looks so pretty. I'm blown away by how good this looks. We're going too fast again. Trigger happy with the throttle there. In terms of delivery games, I suppose Spin Tires would qualify as a driving and a delivery game. That's good fun. You know, in limited doses. If you overplay it too much, then you just burn yourself out of the game and you never want to play it. Well, not necessarily never want to play it again, but you certainly don't want to play it for a while. There is a new Spin Tires DLC coming out in just about a week, and I will be covering that when that comes out, the American Wilds DLC. That will be adding in a lot of new vehicles, new maps, some new equipment as well. So yeah, looking forward to that expansion coming out, and as I say, that comes out on the 23rd, I think. I think that's the release date of October. So, like I said, about a week away, just over a week. Week and a half. So make sure you check in when that goes live. I will be putting videos up for that. No idea on the price just yet. I haven't seen an announcement on the price. I'll have to have another look, see if they've announced that yet. Like I say, it is out in less than 2 weeks now, so there should be an announcement on the price somewhere. Have we gone through our station? We have. We got so carried away. I've gone straight through my stop. We need to restart this. Whoops. Just get distracted by the chat and just looking at the scenery now that I can actually see it. And yeah. Yeah, I went straight through that damn thing without even realising. Hi Jeff, welcome to the stream. Yeah, made a bit of a mess of that again, as I often tend to when I do my first looks. At least we can get this thing up and running on time this time. So, what was it we forgot to do last time? It was the brake key, wasn't it? Let's get the brake key on. There we go. Let's put the brake into full service. To release. Set the reverser to forward. Close the MCB. Raise the pantograph. We should be good to go. Yes, there we go. Instant movement. Ha, away first time. So, this time I'm going to try and pay a little bit more attention to A, the speeds, and B, the station stops. But I'm just taking in how good the setting is around here. It looks stunning. I'm not going to go too fast because I've only got 200 yards before I have to slow down again. So let's lock the speed off there. Yeah, this just looks great. I can't wait to run the full route in weather like this. It's going to look stunning. That's going to have to happen another day though. We're going to be ending the stream after I finish this run. Stare at people so you can see what they're reading on their laptops. Nothing, just a little twitch in his seat. Hello. Alright, are we through the speed restriction change yet? Not quite. Another 360 yards. This just looks fantastic. So picturesque. Are we going to get sirens going off? No, no flashing lights either. perhaps a little disappointed by that. Okay, we can get some speed up. Let's crank the throttle all the way up. We have just over 2 minutes, about 2.5 minutes before we need to dock at the station. Only 1.5 miles to go, so much better shape this time out than we were last time. I must remember to actually stop at the station this time as well. I got distracted when I saw these sidings, and then I just lost focus completely from that point onwards. Here we go, we're going too fast again. It's starting already. the loss of concentration starting already. The electric brake is rubbish. Why is it only giving me electric brake control? Let's go in cab. There we go, so make sure we stop this time. Yeah, I know there's a bus simulator coming out. It's by Astragon, same guys who actually have done Construction Simulator 2. So I've been chatting away with them. They're going to send me a copy of that when it comes out next year. I'm just going to wait. You haven't said when it's happening, just that it's coming out next year. So I don't think they have a firmed up release date themselves yet. Awesome. Let's get the doors open. Can I see anyone getting in this time? Nope. Oh! Use the stairs. Go on, go upstairs. She just disappeared. She got on and then just disappeared. Oh, they just get on and teleport to their seat. That's disappointing. I really wanted to see someone go up the stairs. Just silly little things, but you know, that would have made my day. So yeah, as I said, Bus Simulator 2019, Bus Simulator coming out next year by Astragon, the same guys that have just released Construction Simulator 2, and I will be covering that on the channel when it comes out next year. Release the brakes. Why is it not? Yeah, little announcements in German there, which I can't read. I can't understand because I don't speak German. For some reason, I've only got control of the electric brake on my shortcuts, not the actual train brake, which is frustrating because the electric brake is rubbish. This is the brake I want to be using, and I have to be in cab to use it, which is annoying because I want to be outside of the cab to ogle the wonderful scenery like this, which means I can't brake while I'm in this mode. So I'm going to have to be a bit more careful. Take it easy, Marcel. Thanks for stopping in. I will catch you another time. speed up a little bit more. Bit of traffic on the line, that's good to see. Oh, this looks great. The thing I like about this is that we don't just have generic kind of just stuff on a flat level either side. We've actually got these big hills like this as well. Really break up the landscape a little bit. It looks awesome. Let's see, we have got to be at the next station 11:33, 8 minutes to do 3.5 miles. No problem at all, we'll make it, plenty of time. As long as I don't forget to stop again. Oh, tree. Whoops. Yeah, fortuitous timing indeed, Jeff. You know, if you were thinking of buying it and then here is the live stream of the DLC. It's very nice. It's a better DLC, I think, than Great Western. Than Great Somerset or West Somerset. I mean, I enjoyed West Somerset. Don't get me wrong. I loved the Heritage Line, but this is more in keeping with what we got from the main game. So this is, you know, multiple types of, you know, multiple services, you know, passenger and freight, 3 different locos to run. This is like a proper pack rather than just a Heritage Line where you can basically only run passengers. This has got a mixture of passenger, freight services and 3 different locos to drive. And it's incredibly picturesque from what I've seen so far. I really was, you know, a little disappointed I couldn't see much of the scenery in the first part of this because it was a storm scenario, so it was just fog everywhere. But now that it's opening out and the weather's better, you know, I chose clear weather because I wanted to see what this thing looked like in the light. I'm not disappointed. The scenery looks great. I just want to go back and see what that station looks like where we first started in the daylight, because that thing was just immense. The sheer number of tracks all running side by side was just insane. Oop. A little bit of a pause for a second there. Not sure what caused that. Have you always been able to move the camera around outside the cab? Yes. Now, there's a trick. If you look, you see my speedo, and then you've got those 2 little circles just to the top left of the speedo. One is a sort of a little line, and then a percentage, and that shows you the gradients. Now, it's currently on a flat gradient, 0% gradient. So, you know, if it was an uphill gradient, then that line would angle up ever so slightly, and it would give you a percentage, whatever the gradient was going to be, and likewise it would point down a little bit if it was a downhill gradient. And then underneath that, you've got a symbol which at the moment is a train driver. Now, if I press triangle, you can see it kind of switches to a drone with a camera attached to it, and then that's how I can then go to camera mode and I can move around and do what I want with the camera. You know, and then you have certain presets, so you can start the camera at the front, you can start it at the back, and you have boom cams which you can only kind of swing from side to side a little bit. And then you have free cam, which isn't locked to the train. So if I was to select free cam, then I can do whatever I want with the camera. but it doesn't follow the train, so you can get some wonderful kind of sweeping shots like that. And then the train just disappears off into the distance, and you can't see where it is anymore. So you have to kind of go to those, but you have to kind of switch between driver mode and camera mode. So you do that by pressing triangle, and you get a little notification pop up on the top right as well. It says driver or camera, like that. So I'm currently in camera mode, and then I can just kind of do what I want with the camera. When you're attached to the train, then you can only go a certain distance away from it. And then it just stops. That's as far back as I can go. And then I can whiz forward, and I can press L3 down to really zoom forward quite quickly, and that's as far forward as I can go while I'm attached to the train. So you have quite a lot of options with the camera as to what you can and can't do. And then of course you've got your internal cameras as well. So in here you've actually got cameras that will focus on certain points, so you can go straight to a particular readout. If you want to get a close-up of those for whatever reason, you can stick your head out the window, which is a cool feature that they added in with West Somerset. And then obviously you've got the important one, the engineer seat, so you can actually sit and see your controls and get hands-on with them and do that. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with your camera modes. Let's get the throttle back up a bit more. And of course there are shortcuts on your joypad as well, so when you are in an external view, make sure that you are in camera mode before you start moving your sticks and pressing your buttons, because otherwise you'll just be driving the train or messing around with the controls, and if you start using your left stick and you hold it backwards, you'll just throw your reverse hit into reverse, which is not good. You don't want that going into reverse while you're driving forward. You'll stall the train, and then they could be a bugger to get going again. Likewise, you could end up, accelerating or slamming the emergency brakes on without realising. So you do need to kind of make sure that you pay attention to whether you're in camera mode or drive mode. And if you're ever not sure, just press triangle once and see what pops up on the side of the screen, or check for the symbol, as I said, next to the gradient, which is, as you can see, is currently a 1% uphill gradient. So the angle, the arrow is pointing up to indicate that. Obviously when you have a steep gradient, 1% is pretty steep. You need to increase your throttle to accommodate for that. My train isn't actually accelerating at all at the moment. I've done something. Oh, once again, look, I've got the wrong brake released. Damn it. So all that extra time that we had, I've just wasted it all. Because, I only slowed down the electric brake, not the actual the running brake. I hate the way the shortcuts sometimes give you the wrong brake on the shortcut. It's annoying as hell. So we had time to spare to reach this station, and now we're going to run late. I've got to do 1.1 miles in 13 seconds. Yeah, we're going to be late on this one. I really wanted to do this in external view, but I can't because I need to be able to control the speed, and my shortcuts will only control the electric brake, not the train brake. Frustrating. Look how many lines there are though. Look out the windows. Getting a lot of slowdown around here, I have noticed. Now going too fast. throttles off, coasting in at around 19 miles an hour. I can't go through these red lights or else that's a fail. There we go, that's close enough. Unlock the doors. Oops, I just got out of the chair. And with a free camera, as I said, because you can hold camera lock, so you can actually look down and not move down like that when you point the camera down. You can hold down R1 for camera lock. You can whiz forward ridiculously far, so we can actually come out and take a look at the entrance to this particular station here. See the way the lines all split off, how many platforms there are here. This is quite a big, impressive service over here. Nice little elevated track section there, and that's it. We have finished the scenario. That particular service is done. Fantastic stuff. I enjoyed that, and it was nice to actually get a proper look. Oops. Let's go whizzing around a bit further down the line. End of session. I've reached the end of the represented area for this particular session. It was really nice to be able to see this in daylight as well. So this DLC gets a big thumbs up for me. It's a bit pricey at 25 quid. You know, it's not cheap, but it does add a lot to the game. A lot more than the West Somerset Rail did, by the look of it. I mean, you've got all the services that you would expect across all the different times of day. These are the 3 locos that you get in the pack here. You get, was it 6 scenarios? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scenarios. This was the one that we tried earlier, the full route from start to finish, and I really enjoyed my little session on this today. So there you go. That is a first look at the Ruhr Sieg Nord DLC. That's it from me today. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more gameplay footage of various different games, including City Skylines and Farming Simulator, Jurassic World Evolution, and Construction Simulator 2 very soon.